was the juxtaglomerular apparatus here. This is the afferent arteriole, and then we load it up really big. So here again is the juxtaglomerular apparatus here, the afferent arteriole, and the distal convolutular with the hollow part, and the glomerulus down here. Okay? So here, this large one is the collecting duct. You see that the cells are very big, whereas these cells are very, very thin. So this is the collecting duct here. This one here is very thin, is the thin loop, ascending loop of Henle. And this one here is the thick part of the ascending limb of the loop of Henle. This one over here, where you see red blood cells, that would be a blood vessel. And something like the vasa recta, okay, since it's close to the loop of Henle. Okay, so this is a ureter, okay, going between the kidney and the urinary bladder. The lumen is right here. You have smooth muscles, so this is the muscularis layer. This is the epithelium. It's transitional because it can change shape. And the adventitia is up here. This is misspelled, right? There should be another IT right in there. Again, here's a ureter. Here's the lumen, transitional epithelium, muscularis here, and adventitia here. You okay with the red dots? All right. Transitional epithelium, right? Some are small, some are large, and it changes when you have peristalsis from the muscular layer. Okay. Here is the trigone. It's like a little triangle right here. Here are the two places where the ureter actually opens up and empties into the urinary bladder, and then the urethra is from the bladder out. Okay. So this area here is a sphincter that you cannot control, and this area is the sphincter that you can control. This is the urinary bladder. So the lumen is all the way on the right-hand side. This lining is the transitional epithelium. Again, it can stretch, and that's why the epithelial layers change. The muscularis layer is all of this right here. Muscularis layer is here, and then on this part right here on the end is the adventitia, or some people call it serosa, and way on the end of the left-hand side. So remember the urinary bladder for the female, and here's the urethra, it's kind of short. Urinary bladder for the male, and the urethra is a lot longer, and that's why he's less likely to get urinary tract infections. Where for her, easy to get urinary tract infection because the perineal area between the urethra and the anus are so close to one another. Okay. This is the urethra in the man. Okay, you should know the difference between male and female for here. So here's the lumen, the columnar epithelium is right here, right around it. And then this is corpus spongiosum. Remember, the spongiosum has to go around here. It can't be cavernosum. And this is a male. Okay? And then for the female, I don't know if you can see it here, but maybe you can remember, oh look, a W for a woman. Maybe you can remember that so you get it right on the test. Okay? So the lumen is much more irregular. You have squamous epithelium here. This is the muscularis. And then out here would be the adventitia. Okay, you can stop. Urine, not inside the person's body. Okay? So these are amorphous. A means without, morph means shape, so they're just a bunch of globs all over the place. Okay? Those tend to be salts and other crystals. Okay? These are cotton fibers that you would find in the urine. These are cysteine. They kind of look like hexagons, or sometimes I see stop signs for cysteine, which is an amino acid, so it's a metabolic disorder. Okay? This is calcium oxalate, so they look like envelopes, or they look like studs, really hard studs that would be, like, pretend that they're hard like calcium, hard like studs. Cysteine, they put AA here for amino acid. So again, hexagons that look like stop signs. Cholesterol are these big kind of squares. So I remember, like, I can see like a picture from the satellite, and here is a building, and these are the people's heads as they're walking around. Okay, that's the cholesterol. They should walk around so they get rid of their cholesterol. I don't know if that helps you or not. Okay, uric acid crystals. These are not the greatest pictures, but I'll pick another one. This has been sitting for a long time, so they're all clumping together. That's how it's, you know, that they're dehydrated. So there's a lot of crystals, very little water, and they kind of get stuck together. And very acidic urine. Uric acid is what leads to gout, usually in the big toe.